What's going on, HPP fam? So I hope you guys enjoyed the content on Boo, but let's dive into this week, which you've missed a couple of days. So Monday was a holiday, obviously it was Veterans Day, and then Tuesday I forgot the camera at home, so I didn't get anything on film. So let's talk about what happened yesterday and dive into what we've got going on today. So yesterday Malcolm brought his white car. It's a stock block stage 3 car, and we did some retuning on that one because he changed the fuel system again. We did pump gas and E85, and I'll show you guys on the dyno the numbers on that. Our TRX, the crank is pinned. We just got to finish wrapping up the exhaust system and me putting the airbox back on. Jeff's 5.7 liter Hemi got new lifters and push rods, so we'll be firing this thing up this morning. And then once we get the shop opened up, I'll show you guys what else we got kicking around. Boom! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Our TRX is 100% back together. What is that? So I'm about to call the customer and ask what does he want to do. So he has a boiler system, and what has me hesitant is the fact that it has the split fire, Boiler's new split fire crossover technology, X-pipe in there, and if you ask me, it's a lot nicer than that. But if I put this system on, I would be removing that off the truck. So I want to talk with him and see if he wants me to try to cut the flanges off of the factory catalytic converters. Now if I do that, this is where I have to ask. If I do that, the truck can never go back to stock, if he were to ever want to put it back to stock to sell the truck. So that's really the question. If he wants me to do that, we can hack them off, and then we can weld or make slip joints to attach the boiler system to the stainless work system. It'd be custom, but we'd be able to probably make that work. I might reach out to our boy Eddie at Frankenstein to give me a hand with that on the fab side. And then we would only use like maybe a little section off of these pipes, or maybe none of it at all, because it's all pretty close. Like right now, I could slide into the truck and show you guys. Ooh, look at that greenback. Look at that greenback bale. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can actually see it. The camera's at a funny angle. But, there we go. Man, they don't quit making these trucks. They need to barely any metal on these dang vehicles anymore these days. Alright, now that I can see what I'm showing you. So as you can see, we've got our long tube header and our cat, and you can see there's a flange not far away. So if I can get this pipe extended and have that flange welded on, then boom, bolt that up there. That one's good. And same with our other side here. You see it's very close. So I could cut that flange off and make that work on this side. And then that would still retain all of these boiler goodies that he already has on the truck. So I'm going to speak with the customer and see what he wants to do. Whoop, whoop. Our next project in the shop is this charger here that, if you remember, we did a rear diffuser here, and then we did a front lip. Now we're installing, we just installed this little I don't know what this is called. I forget, because it's not a vortex generator. It's this nice little addition to the rear glass here with a little wing, and then we're doing a wicker bill, a metal one, on the back trunk here. So let's go ahead and get this one installed, check out what it looks like. We also have some side skirts to put on too, so we'll be putting those on. Show you guys the finished product here in just a second. So guys, woo, focus. As you recall, last week, a week before last, we did this install, and I didn't have them wired in to be on the DRLs, and as you can see, they're on the DRLs now. So we fixed that issue for the customer, and now that one will go home. And then let me show you Woohoo! Hey, they rolling in, baby. Them Pro Chargers, we got more of them coming soon. Stay tuned. We got our other charger all wrapped up. So as you can see, we got the Vicrez side skirts on. We got the EMP wicker bill, and then our little top spoiler. All done. Boom. So this one's going on home as well as the other one. A couple of black chargers going home, baby. Let's get it, Gio. Man, let's talk about a busy Friday. So our TRX is all wrapped up minus tuning and a thermostat. We got the mid pipes connected. Let me show you what we got. What we did was we cut the flanges off of the OEM stuff. Let's see here. Y'all can see, and then slip that joint on, and then tape welded the flange from the OEM, so we were able to bolt that stuff back together. And the same on the other side with the bin there, bolting that back together. So we were able to retain the boreless split fire X-pipe and all the OEM, or I mean all the boiler exhausts this customer had put on the truck previously, so we made that work with the long tubes. So now I can go ahead and get all the underbelly stuff put back on this truck, including the front skid plate. So very exciting stuff. I have this 21 right here. Had this 21 Redeye dropped off. I've already done the inspection on it. The customer wanted a complete breakdown list of what's been done to it, and that's it. So I went over the car top to bottom. 2021 Redeye. It's got an upper, lower, greenback belt, full 4 innovations fuel system. Without pulling the hat, I don't know if it's a triple or a dual pump or which pumps are in it, but it is upgraded. It's got long tube headers, high flow cats, AWE exhaust. It's been lowered, and a few other small things. It's got an intake on it, aftermarket throttle body, and a really crappy tune if there's even one in there. It also has ID injectors as well, but I got into the logged the ECU, and it's pulling 30% of fuel all the time, no matter what's going on. So there's obviously an issue there, and I'll let the customer know and give him advice on what we would do to the car, because obviously I would want to do a health check before we did any tuning on this, like probably a compression test, cylinder leak down, and a fresh set of plugs at a minimum before we started tuning. But yeah, so that's good on this one. Give the customer a call, see what he wants to do. And then next on the chopping block today, here in a minute, is we're going to get this Jeep in the shop. We've got a set of running boards to install. Not sure what year this thing is, but it is clean. The white looks good, matching bumpers and stuff. So we're going to be putting some electronic running boards on this. And then as you can see, the Red Rocket is back. So we're going to dive into this thing next week, hopefully again, and start plumbing, get a little bit further on the Red Rocket. But that's what we got kicking around on this Friday. Let's see where we end up. Woo, got a packed house. So let me get you guys up to speed on what we got going on, other than the fact that it's raining outside right now. Okay, now I gotta go around to unlock that other door. So our dyno is still broken. Waiting on the new load cell, or not load cell, basically it's the load cell control. Waiting on that. So unfortunately, vehicles like our C10 here, we're not able to finish that because we're not able to properly dyno it with load. Not a big deal for sub 500 horsepower stuff, but over 500 horsepower stuff like the C10 and the TRX, we're unable to dyno. Well, fortunately, I've already finished the TRX on the street. It's good to go. Just got to put all the lower panels back on, and it'll get going. Travis's C6, we're still trying to find. There's a noise, and when I find it and I can explain it, I'll let you guys know. Royce's Corvette is back too. It is time to go ahead and start plumbing and wiring this thing, so that'll be exciting. It should be coming together pretty soon. And then Jeff's truck, we put new lifters and push rods in it. It still is a little noisy, but it runs great now, and chops, and so we still got some other things to figure out with this truck. It just seems we find the more we fix, the more we find wrong. So I guess there was a lot of things wrong, like PCM connector, throttle body was cracked, engine was improperly timed, the aftermarket, there didn't have aftermarket push rods in it, and it looks like we're getting some transmission codes now that everything else is working. So it has just been a little bit of a chore, but we're working through it. So let me get a couple of these vehicles out, and then I'm going to dive into getting this TRX wrapped up so we can get it sold, and then we'll see what the rest of the day holds. Stick with us, stay tuned, let's get it. And as you can see, we've got our Ram outside. We just got our belts in, the spark plugs are in, the tranny fluid's been changed, the front diff fluid's been changed, the rear diff fluid's been changed, the transfer case fluid has been changed. All the fluids have been changed. So we're just going over it, getting the belts replaced, and then we're going to check our trans fluid level, which everybody knows with the 8 speeds. A little bit of a chore, got to get everything up to temp and all that fun stuff, but it'll be wrapped up soon. In the meantime, we're going to get diving in on another project, and that is, you guys remember this Mustang. We've done quite a few upgrades to this one. This is the one we did the cage. See it back there. We did the quick latch releases. We did the carbon hood install, the air raid intake, the exhaust, the X pipe, and hopefully soon, maybe by the end of this year, some long tube headers. And next year, hopefully I can talk him into a Pro Charger. He's looking at a Whipple. See if I can't talk him into a Pro Charger. But that's here nor there. This thing is a beautifully clean example of a black Mustang. Gotta love black ones. Anyways, what is here for today is Mishimoto radiator upgrade. So I think everything on the rad side, from the radiator hoses forward, is becoming all Mishimoto. So let's dive into the trunk here, take a peek at what all we have. Oh yeah, we got the good stuff. So, all new antifreeze, new rad, new reservoir, new hoses, even a thermostat, which I don't think we're putting this in yet. This is a 160. We're gonna put that in once we do the long tubes and we do the cleaning. Looks like he got all the hosing, so that'll be fun. We'll go ahead and dive in and get all these goodies put on this Mustang. So guys, I've got the radiator completely out of the car, so now I gotta finish taking the OEM hoses off, so that way we can see what Mishimoto had to offer as far as all new hoses are concerned. So let's get in the back here and start unboxing some of these parts. Getting close on our Mustang, but not gonna get it 100% today. I have to wrap it up tomorrow. But we got our tank on, we've got our hoses on, except the two hoses on the bottom that go to the coolant it's basically the oil cooler setup. Still need to be attached. There's some things going on. Gotta figure out on that. But as you can see, the intake's back on all of our red hoses, which turned out sharp. They look really good. They're on all up top. So getting the crash bar back on and all the plastic stuff up top. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the top all the way up, and then I'll go to the bottom and finish the bottom up. Let me show you what that looked like. But man, Mishimoto, super clean rad. So I don't know if I showed you guys Mr. Suri's Mustang when I was done, and unfortunately I can't pop the hood, but I took pictures of it done, so check it out. Pretty sweet. Here she is outside. Woo-hoo-hoo. Looking clean. You can't see any of that new goodness, but boy howdy does the car look good outside in the sun. You know what it is, baby. So, on to the next project, which is Mr. Hector Sr.'s Ford big diesel. Not a common thing for us to do, but we are a AirDog and a fast fuel system dealer. And as you can see by that sticker right there, you see that sticker right there? That sticker crusty. Barely. You can't even. What color sticker is that? I don't know. We're gonna get him a new one, but that's how long he been a customer. A sticker from way back in the gap. Like 10. Oh, way back, like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. So that's why, you know, this thing's in here, because he grandfathered in. We don't bring your diesel truck thinking we're gonna work on it, because we're not. But it is getting a AirDog system installed, the 165 gallon per hour pump with the dual filters. So we're getting that jammed on there, and we'll fire the truck up probably in the morning. Still got to do all the wiring. It's getting close to the end of the day, but I wanted to show you guys that. As you can see, TJ's motor is pretty much all ready to go back in, and then Wayne's engine is out of his Focus RS. So now we get to start on the fun task of stripping this motor down of what is being transferred to his new engine that is in that box. So fun. Got a bunch of new goodies. Upgraded turbo, upgraded fuel system, built motor. Like this thing's gonna be a quick little all-wheel drive monster. So guys, as you can hear, we got our Ford back up and running, and whoop whoop, got him a freshie, looking good. Got our AirDog 165 gallon per hour pump setup, all installed. Nice clean wiring over here. Get this thing test driven. We're on back to the customer. Moving right along on Wayne's, as you can see, we've got his billet motor unboxed, and Gio has already installed the brand new X clutch. It's a 9-inch clutch, and it's a dual disc, so should hold quite a bit of power. And we've already got our new slave cylinder attached to our transmission, so we're ready to mate the two back together and then move forward with installing this Johnny brand new upgraded precision turbo, and I believe this one's good up to 600 horsepower, so that's exciting. So we'll get that bolted up, and basically prep everything. We'll get our all-wheel drive or our transfer case back on our transmission and get it all situated to get everything back up in the chassis once we get our turbo on. So guys, as you just witnessed, Gio has been plugging away on Wayne's Focus RS motor, and as you can see, we've got our new precision turbo on there. The motor trans is all back together. We're just getting little odds and ends back on this thing so that way we can get it back up in the chassis. Yesterday too, I don't know if Gio filmed it all, but this orange, this orange Charger right here just got a FTI converter installed, so Gio was able to knock that out yesterday. So moving right along. Oh, also yesterday I was sick, so I wasn't in, but I came in just for a minute to knock one car out, and that's a super cool Magnum. Check this thing out, y'all. Got some killer wheels on it, and the front end's been converted. Check it out. That thing's way cool, man. Way cool. But it got a rear gear change, so I went in and got everything calibrated so the transmission works and shifts as it's supposed to. This thing's cool, man. Got a nice custom interior. Ooh-wee. So heavy buy to pick this thing up. But yeah, that's what you guys missed. Let's dive in and see what the rest of this week holds. Look at that, we've got TJ's motor back in the car. So hopefully here by this afternoon we'll have this joker all back together, and we'll get the long tubes attached to the heads, get those slapped in there with the ARPs and the new head gaskets, and then yeah, be one step closer to wrapping that one back up. And then hopefully, I don't know, if we have time this afternoon, we'll see if we can get Wayne's motor back inside. But if not, that's alright. This is coming into a holiday. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so we're going to be off the rest of the week. So what you guys have just witnessed is probably a culmination of a couple of weeks together since the last video that I dropped, which was the video on Boo. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the content. So guys, as you can see, TJ's it's pretty much all back together. We just got to put the radiator fans in, connect the hoses up, finish electrical, and put his intake back on, and this thing will be ready to fire up. I got a little bit of work done on Royce's. We started doing our oil drain lines, and I redid our return fuel lines back to the regulator. Now they go underneath the intake. Before they were going over there, the old setup, but now with the new headers they couldn't run that way, so we changed that up. And yeah, that's about it. But that's gonna do it for this week's episode, guys. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.